Yes, well, our next horror host is some guy. He talks a lot.
He loves cock. What?
Sometimes he's on the rodeo or something like that. Delco! Where are you, Delco? Yes.
Woo! Yep.
Hold on, you can do better than that.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Horrorhound Weekend. It's my extreme honor to induct the Ghoul in the Horror Host Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I grew up in a real interesting time in the 70s. You had the luxury of Big Chuck and either Houlihan or Little John on Friday nights. You had the Ghoul on Saturday nights. You had Superhost on Saturday afternoons. Well, the Ghoul was one of my favorites. He spoke to me. I was a teen when he was out there, and his rebellious style is what really captured my attention at that time. Now, a very young Ron Sweed in the 1960s found a gorilla costume in a garbage can. Some say he stole it, some say he found it. It doesn't matter. He took the gorilla costume and made an appearance where Ernie Goulardi Anderson was appearing, and Ernie was so impressed he invited him to be an assistant on the show, an open bail, answer things like that. When Ernie left in 1966, Ron went off to college at at Bowling Green. And he graduated right around the time Ernie returned, and Ron Sweed, the Ghoul, tried to convince Ernie to get something going again with Goulardi. Goulardi obviously wasn't interested. He had bigger and better things to do. And Ron wanted to do his own show. Ernie had no problem with this. He said, go ahead, but you better change the name because Storer Broadcasting owns the name Goulardi. Just go ahead and call yourself the Ghoul. And a legend was born. He started on WKDF, Channel 61 in Cleveland in 1971. The show was syndicated and shown in many markets. That's one thing I like about the Ghoul, too, is he was very prolific. He was seen in Chicago, Boston, Philadelphia, LA, San Fran. And the shows did pretty well in most of those markets. Chicago was a little tough because he was going up against Ghoul. The show ended in '75, and he moved to Detroit. And he started on WXON Channel 50 in Detroit. That ran for another 5 years, and he returned to Cleveland when I met him personally. He had a radio show on WDMT 108, as well as WCLX, a new version of Channel 61. And I was fortunate enough to be invited to play characters on both his radio and television shows. Little did I know, 25 years later, I'd be doing my own show, a.k.a. Spookshow. Ron's career continued in 1998. He was on WBNX 55, where perhaps most of you here recall him. You never know, he may come back. He's not on the air right now. Very rarely makes personal appearances, but I don't think we'll ever forget the Ghoul and the effect that he had on us. Catchphrases like "Over-day," "Fuck your magic twanger, Froggy," and "Zingy Zing." So it's, again, with great pleasure that I offer this induction for the Ghoul into the Horror Host Hall of Fame. I'll deliver this to him.